Hey everybody, Splint here. Welcome to Splint Reacts. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. Okay guys, so today's video is going to be episode 4 of Queen Charlotte: A Bridgerton Story. Last episode was particularly spicy, but it was also kind of really sad at the end. So I'm interested to see, I think, where it goes from here. Obviously, we're getting a little bit more of George's illness at this point. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Also, for the first 3 episodes, I was calling Reynolds Slim Jim because I watched it all together in one hit. So I apologize. Reynolds from here on out, now that I know his name. Let's get into it, guys. Enjoy the reaction. Okay, so this is immediately following the last episode.
Majesty, the king has not been himself lately.
What is this? What is happening?
Ugh, I'm already sad.
When you see that 2 of these horses can accomplish in a day
He looks good.
what took a team of oxen a week, you shall learn how easily old habits die. With the new ploughs the Dutch are devising.
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
The baggy look on the men in period dramas, it's just such a look.
I believe she's found your bride.
Oh, okay. Flashback. I don't know why I would have thought it immediately jumped from that last scene, but anyways.
Let us get on with the thing then.
The thing?
Oh, he's grumpy.
Every day you fail to produce an heir, our family's position weakens.
Right. Thank you for the cue. Now
The war has drained our coffers. Now the American colonies threaten to withhold taxes and Parliament revolts. The people need a king. So, I have found you a queen. Sophia Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. She is on a ship.
a ship. She will lose the moon.
Lose the moon, Your Majesty?
Storms over the North Sea this season. No longitude, no bride. She loses the moon and she is lost.
Withdraw. Withdraw!
Get out. Ugh. This shouldn't be making me that emotional, but anytime it's like a parent watching their child suffer is hard to take.
Your Highness, I implore you, diet is the key.
Enough. We've entertained all your theories. Now it is a week before his wedding. We need new theories.
Indeed, Your Highness, it may be time to consider what none of your physicians have dared.
If the king is declared insane, he loses the throne.
Not insane. Merely suffering a disorganization of the nerves.
Your Highness, this quack has no place among proper doctors.
The proper doctors have failed me, so I have had to cast a wider net.
We look at mental health so differently now, hey? Like, it's so important.
Remember yourself. You are the King of England. You have thousands prepared to die.
I don't think it's gonna work though, right?
You can command yourself too.
Or maybe it does and it just, he has a hold for a bit and then it gets worse. I kept having to remind myself when I was watching the trailer that we weren't gonna get the other characters. Like that it's set before any of that.
There is a problem.
What have you done now, Brimsley?
Bride is missing.
I like that we're getting this from his perspective though, as well.
What are you doing?
Disappearing, as evidently the bride has done. No bride, no wedding.
If your bride is missing, it is your responsibility to remedy that. I have examined you thoroughly, and you are perfectly right.
Do I look perfectly right to you?
You are perfectly right.
Wait, no. He is right.
That could have been death.
I forgot myself. Thank you, Doctor. Hello, my lady. Are you in need of assistance of some kind?
That was so cute. Just a little smile at the end. Oh, what is this song?
What is this surprise? Where are you taking me?
You will see. Just wait.
I feel like I'm not gonna guess this song.
I do not need to do anything. I decide. I have decided I am your king!
That was why he was... I'm not gonna look up the songs if I don't get them, guys, so feel free to tell me in the comments.
I did not know a woman could be so beautiful.
Perhaps is she dull?
She is terrifyingly clever. That is the problem. If she were ugly, if she were dull, I might feel myself up to the task. Instead, her brilliance shows the troll I am.
Brilliant.
Her perfection is matched only by my deformity. She belongs as far from me as she can get.
Will your majesty not be...
Aw.
I have done as they asked. I married. Now I shall leave her alone, safe from me. Shall return to my planets, my stars. They at least I can be sure not to harm. Good night, Reynolds.
I did not even consider that he would want to stay away from her because of what's going on with him. It did...
Brimsley,
Yes, Your Majesty.
ready the carriage.
Yes, Your Majesty. May I say our destination?
I cannot believe that I didn't even think about that. I think I didn't even think about it because he seemed like we'd only seen her perspective, so she seemed like he seemed okay. I kind of forgot.
I do not want to fight.
I want to fight with you. Fight with me. Fight for me.
Go home, Charlotte.
Goodness me. It's a perfect example of how people are though. Like you can be so afraid to like just let your whole self be seen.
I need your help.
Of course. I am near at hand for whenever your majesty feels the fit coming on.
Well, the thing is, that is not enough. It is not enough to cure the fits once they start. If the Queen were to ever see me like that, if she were to flee from me, God forbid, if I were to hurt her,
Oh.
there must be something that you can do. Something to end the fits. Forever. I want to be well.
The problem in your...
So they're that's what he was doing while she was struggling with the loneliness. I don't like where this is going. Even like the shaving was concerning me.
You have never known the salubrious powers of Spartan habits. Again. Above all, you have never learned to submit.
Oh my goodness me. You just realize like all the shit he's putting himself through. Like to try and be healthy.
Unbound, it tests the limits of reason.
Oh no. Not the doggy in the cage.
If you cannot govern yourself, you're not fit to govern others. Until then, I shall govern you. Do you understand me, boy? Just like an animal, I will break you!
It's really intense. As soon as they put that thing in his mouth, I was like, it's gotta be like electroshock therapy or something like it.
Doctor!
Why the leeches? Oh, remember the time period.
Our goal was to restore me to myself. Much more of this, and I will not have a self to return to. Is a broken king really better than a mad one?
The wolves of the German Black Forest were famous. The fiercest in the world.
No, not the animals.
See, boy, animal nature is clay. With enough strength, you can mold it. I will do to you what the Germans did to their wolves. Mold you.
You made him consummate the marriage in front of the Dowager Princess.
Okay.
What would you have the king do?
Okay.
A gesture?
A gesture.
A gesture.
This is awful. This episode sucks.
Again.
It doesn't. It's very well done. I'm just upset about what's happening.
Is your majesty quite all right?
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
It is a prodigious quantity of ice they keep carting around here. And as for the food, I do not know that I would see it fed to our lowest stable hand.
Are you questioning the doctor's methods?
Yes.
I have my own doubts about them, but I have to try. It's the only chance I have of being with her.
His majesty could be with her right now.
I can't take the risk, especially with a woman so unpredictable. So capricious. Could you believe her the other night? Bursting in unannounced on the king. Why, she is almost as mad as I am. A woman like that is too dangerous for a man like me.
Or maybe a perfect match. I think we cannot know until His Majesty spends more time with her.
Haven't tried that.
I cannot be with her. But perhaps I could be near her.
You just want them to be happy. So he was there. Oh, that's kind of sad. She's like playing chess by herself.
Look at her. She's playing chess with herself. She is mad.
She is just married, Your Majesty. It is her honeymoon. She may miss her husband.
I think I miss her too.
Oh my god, stop it.
Your Majesty might provide the Queen a gesture.
A gesture?
Some token, some sign that she is not really alone.
What hours does the doctor keep in his laboratory?
Does Your Majesty require his attention?
On the contrary.
Breaking in to steal the dog. Thank goodness I was getting upset with those animals in the cages.
Fitting present, no? From my cage to hers. I want the Queen to know we will not be caged forever.
My goodness, this is actually so cute.
Your Majesty's guards, footmen, retainers. In these sad days, there are so many enemies of the crown. One would hate to think a spy had penetrated Your Majesty.
Oh my god, he's not gonna hurt him, is he? Like, oh my god, it's making me nervous. I don't like it. I don't like it.
My dog is missing. I arrived at my laboratory this morning to find the cage unlatched.
Oh god, oh god.
It may be that the beast was not so stupid. Lapdog or wolf. Soon enough, an animal tires of its cage. Do you agree, Doctor?
The Dowager Princess has asked me to convey a message to Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, news from Buckingham House. The Queen has received your gesture.
Ooh.
She called it a deformed bunny.
No ice bath. No chair today. Today I would rather work on my farm.
Now the doctor's weirding me out. Hey, get it, George. My goodness, these period dramas just set such unrealistic expectations.
I say, this work has made me hungry.
I could run and fetch a crust of bread or some stew.
I think I shall dine with my wife.
Yay! His hand's gonna start tremoring again. Mm-hmm. God. Thank you, Reynolds.
Is it all right if I join you for a meal this evening?
A meal? A meal? Are you... A meal?
Where are you going? Where are you going?
I do not know. Just away from you, wherever you are not.
Charlotte! Charlotte! Charlotte, if you'll just give me a chance. Charlotte, stop walking this instant!
I'm so glad that we got to see his side of this.
You are breathtaking.
I need to know if you have properly bedded her.
You told me I could not let her know me because I must protect the secrets of the crown. I have not. You told me to bed her. I have done so. It has been abundantly clear since my first breath. She is gone.
Your mother has departed, Your Majesty. I saw to it myself.
And Charlotte?
The Queen is at breakfast in the dining room. If you would like to join her, I can.
Charlotte.
She will never know of it.
Oh, that's right.
Are you not well?
No more even days and odd days.
We shall just have days.
I don't like this doctor all of a sudden.
The light down here is not what I'm used to.
All right. Sorry we cannot better accommodate you. Cannot risk the Queen learning of you.
I worry about the effects of this whole place. Since you moved here, you've not been to the chair once. If we do not resume treatment soon...
Were you guys stressed watching this episode?
You and I, Doctor, have accomplished nothing. Anything accomplished for me has been the work of my bride. Her methods have done more for me than you and your chair ever could.
You didn't like that.
Vicious urges.
So does she. I have lived my entire life in terror of acting incorrectly because every incorrect action threatened the ruin of England. Now, I have met a woman who is never terrified, who does as she pleases, breaks rules, courts scandal, commits unthinkable impertinences. And she is the most royal person I've ever known.
That was so good.
Excuse me, Doctor. I have a party to attend.
Homie is in love.
His Majesty King George III and Queen Charlotte.
Oh my goodness me. The way he just spoke about her, my heart just melted. Honestly.
You can do anything, George.
With you by my side, I think I can.
So what happened here? Did this doctor give him something?
Monroe, what are you doing here? Perhaps I failed to speak clearly before. You will never treat me again. You are no longer my doctor.
Oh, nevertheless, I remain the Queen's.
Stay away from her.
But, Your Majesty, she came to me. Heard that the King's doctor was here and apparently figured that she should not settle for anything less than doctor to the King. She is with child. She was not sure, but I am. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Stress. And then he's gonna like, see, he's gonna snap.
Is that you? George?
I don't want to rewatch this scene, but...
What has happened to my husband?
It's a lot. I feel like I haven't spoken at all this episode, but anyways.
Reynolds! Reynolds, my carriage!
Ah, Charlotte, I did not expect you.
The knives at Buckingham House used to be sharp enough. Then, one day, they were all dull. It happened to be the day the king joined me there.
She's very smart and very observant, so it doesn't surprise me that she would notice something like that.
The very same day, the windows were sealed shut on the upper floors, and suddenly locks everywhere. Locks on the armoury, the kitchen, the shed where the gardeners keep their shears.
The king is merely exhausted from holding the greatest nation in the world on his shoulders. What could you know about that? If God grant you ever do bear an heir, then you may start to learn, and your first lesson will be this. You would do anything to stop the cracking. You would scour Europe for a queen grateful enough to aid him. And yes, if necessary, you would leave the rough edges of his nature for his bride to discover in due course. Where nothing.
No.
Now you sit at the helm of the world. What?
No!
Well, I did not even ask for a husband, but if I must have one, if I must leave my home, my family, my language, my life, it cannot be for a man I do not know.
No bounds. You're unhappy with your situation, perched at.
No! Oh my god, I'm so upset. No, oh my god. Ah!
Strap me back in.
I don't like this episode, guys. Oh. That episode was really emotionally draining. Like, I'm tired. That was so sad. And oh my goodness, thank goodness we have had such incredible advances when it comes to medicine and science. Like, honestly, like, imagine trying to be treated for something like that in that time. Man, oh man. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Okay. Oh my god, where do I even begin with this recap? So my nan had dementia when I was really young, but obviously back then there was no way I was going to be able to understand the nature of her condition. All I really knew is what my mother would tell me, and that she didn't know me as her granddaughter. But I wouldn't know what it would look like on somebody as young as George, because I would only know what it looked like on an 80 plus woman. But anyways, it was really heartbreaking to watch. I think, Princess Augusta just struggle. I think watching her child suffer, I think that is horrible for any parent to go through. Obviously, nobody wants that for their child. Nobody wants to see their child, sick. So those scenes are hard to watch. I think obviously watching George, put himself through all of these treatments to try and better himself for Charlotte was really, really heartbreaking to watch. But it was like, I said it a couple times during this reaction, and I don't know if it'll make the YouTube cut, but I was so glad we got to see from start to where we are currently, his entire perspective. I thought that was a really, really cool way of doing it, because there were things that happened in the first couple episodes and I was like, why would he not just show up? I completely forgot that he is dealing with an illness. But anyways, George looked damn good in this episode. He looked amazing. Men in period dramas, in the baggy, like white shirt, it is just, it's such a look. He looked hot as hell. And I'll never get tired of it. I will never get tired of that look anyways. The way he spoke about Charlotte when he grabbed the straight razor, I melted. It was so beautiful, everything that he said, and I love that he wasn't like expressing that to her. It was just talking about her in general. That was beautiful. That's up there in the I think that's up there in the Bridgerton verse of, you know, best speeches or whatever you want to call it. Anyways guys, I'm gonna leave it there for this reaction. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel for future Queen Charlotte reactions and other reactions that we will be dropping along the way. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!